Hi guys, Frankie here with the Collective Reading. So this week is all about a fresh start. And it looks like it's pretty successful, but I think the things we're going to be juggling is competition um, or a sense of a bit of drama around the new beginning. So for some of us, a new beginning, especially one based on like something that's more self-nurturing or self-loving, might disrupt a status quo around us somehow. This is different with everybody's setup, but can you see how if you start a new thing, it might disrupt your household? And so it doesn't have to be serious, but there can be a bit of pushback or a bit of drama. But remember that drama is play fighting, like try and keep it in perspective. And remember, just any practice of self-love is really gonna help you stay on track and give this new beginning its best shot of success. And base everything in this sort of self-loving way, and don't lose sight of like things being working out in your favor. Like really think in terms of a kind of stability, of a kind of fulfillment, instead of focusing on all the scary scenarios that you imagine, your fears. Try not to let your fears of things being a disaster or not working out, try and let that, acknowledge that that is part of starting something new, that it won't work out, or whatever fear yours is. Or for some of us, it's you're risking failure, or you're taking a risk of some kind. And when we do that, we can imagine like terrifying scenarios, which if we give into keeps us very stuck. So try and stay inside this idea of fulfillment, that it's worth taking a risk on yourself. Not like a delusionary, it's going to be amazing. Stay really grounded in that I've got everything taken care of, and taking a chance in one part of my life doesn't mean everything has to change. So sometimes if we've been stuck for a long time, that's what we do, is we really create impossible odds for ourselves, that we feel stuck, we want to make a change, but then we think the change has to be enormous and actually insurmountable, and you set yourself up for failure in a way. So imagine taking a calculated risk, something like that. Yeah, but there's lots of beautiful sense of stability, fulfillment, creative fulfillment, or even like a really surprising emotional fulfillment. And when we do that, I think we are our own. We are in charge. We are the power. We're not handing it over to someone else. Okay, so let's ask for a bit more information as we nurture ourselves and take the steps that we need to be fulfilled in our lives. And let's just see what else we need to know. Just a couple more cards. All right. So, okay, we've got the same card again, Ace of Cups, so that we've got that twice. So this week we have to remember self-love, and for some of us, maybe even a new beginning in love with others. And I think it's really interesting because we've got the Emperor again, and that's kind of like what I was saying before, of like when we put ourselves first in this loving, nurturing way, we become the source of power. We're not handing that out to other people to give us that authority in our lives. When we hand out power to other people, we disempower ourselves. Yeah, so, and what else? Oh, yeah, and I think all of this urge to bring new things into our life is all about setting ourselves up into a better position, one that takes a bit of effort to get into, but that really pays off. I might just ask for a couple more qualifiers. Just the way that we got the Emperor and the self-love twice, I feel like let's hone in on that and just see. And I think that's just a little reminder, like take this new beginning seriously. Like it's going to be empowering, this new gentle, nurturing way of self-love. Might disrupt things, but I think it's here, the Emperor's here to say, stick with it, because you running the ship or you being in charge in this loving, nurturing way is really the way forward. And I think the little reminder there is, yes, it gets you into a better position, but try not to be defensive or overprotective, you know, like that feeling, like just sit in that power where you're not defending a position, you just are that uncomplicated, you have that kind of uncomplicated sense of empowerment that isn't dependent on someone else's opinion. And it's also not aggressive, which is an interesting way to sort of think about power, is that when you have it, you're not trying to take it off someone else, and you don't need to fight hard to be seen as powerful, because it's graceful when it's the real deal, and you can sit in that position of power and give to others what you've got left over once you've got your needs met. This, I suppose, sounds like a message for women. Like, this is an issue a lot of women, maybe even mothers or carers have. So just be encouraged to be graceful with your power, and you're going to be able to give to others more freely when you've done what you need, and then things really flow beautifully. And my favourite deck, these beautiful Italian ones I got on holiday last year in Rome. They're copies of a 15th century deck, the Visconti deck. I just adore it. So this is like a beautiful sense of success, coming from your creativity and being able to let things really flow. Like I said, when you have your needs met, it's easier to give to others in an uncomplicated way, graceful. Things work out for you. Things work out for the people you love when you don't get tangled up in these dramas. Like, just beware that when we make changes, where we put ourselves first, there's a bit of kickback, a bit of a dust up. Just remember these words. Things work out when you give to yourself first and give other people what's left over. It's just much more uncomplicated. I'm excited about this week. Really beautiful. Like a beautiful, graceful step into your power that's based on self-love. Okay, let me know how you go.